Hi everyone, welcome to Practice with YogiHu. Today we're targeting at our hip, trying to open it with a really quick yoga flow. Let's begin in a yogi squat, heels in, toes out. We can open our knees a little bit wider by pressing with our elbows. Just let the hips sink down, lengthen out of the low back, connecting to our breath. Big breath in, big breath out. And we will make our way into a ragdoll fold. Let our feet wider than our hips. Grab a hold of your elbows, dangle a little bit from side to side. Bend your knees a lot. Try to relax the upper back, the shoulders, the neck, and the head. Make your breath go all the way through your nose, to your lung, to your belly. Let's bring our heels in, toes out. Bring your palms all the way up towards the knees and the upper inner thighs. Sink down like in your goddess pose. Let your right shoulder drop down, pull that left shoulder back, open through the chest, and then move to the other side. You can push that left thigh open a little bit more. Bring the upper body to center. You're going to interlace your fingers, flip the palms, and reach the arms up for your goddess pose. Squeeze into the glutes to press the knee open a little bit wider. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back, wide-legged forward fold. Straighten the legs as you tilt forward and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Move in any way that feels good here. Make any movement or adjustment here. While coming into a downward facing dog. So walk your hands forward. Bring your feet back in about hip width distance apart. You can bend your knees, create some space in the hamstrings. Push the chest to the thighs. Let's extend our right leg up to the sky. Bend your right knee, open up, and take a little knee circle here. We'll be stepping that right foot forward, back knee to the floor. Right knee is directly over your ankle, finding a low lunge. And then the hands can come down to the hips. Think of grounding the tailbone down, lifting out of the low back, and owning if it's within reach. You can catch a hold of your back heel, take a quad stretch. This is quite deep. If not accessible, just stay in a low lunge. Think of lifting the heart up, drawing the navel in. Big breath. Carefully release the hold of your back foot. Bring the palms back down to the mat. Back foot spins parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. We are coming up to a warrior two. Reverse. Left hand down, right arm up, side bend. Inhale, warrior two. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back and dive down. Humble warrior. The chest is leaning to the inside of that right thigh. Extend our knuckles up and over. Relax your head. Relax your neck. A very strong pose. One more deep breath. Then facing forward. Frame that front foot, three-legged dog. Right leg goes all the way back and up, squeezing into the glutes. Look forward, step the right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. So both palms to the inside of that leg. You can let your right knee drop over to the side, and maybe come down onto your forearms. If the forearms is too much, stay up onto the palms. You're trying to melt the hips forward and down. Breathe all the way down through the low belly and low back. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath. Hands to the mat. Start to curl and lift back up. We will take a little flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll do that sequence on the other side. Left leg goes up, bend your left knee, open up that hip. Maybe take a little knee circle here. We'll take our low lunge. Left foot forward, back knee down to the mat. Hands can come onto your hips. You can stay and hold here, or if you did it on the first side, take your quad stretch. Reach back, pull the heels in. If your knees are sensitive, you might want to double up your mat. Stay up pretty high, melt the hip forward and down. Big breath. Carefully release the hold of your back foot. Bring the palms back down to the mat. We're coming up to a warrior two. Back foot parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. Arms and chest lift up. Keep your left knee bent generously over your ankle. Hips are grounded and change nothing in the legs, just reverse. Right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Interlace your palms behind the lower back, the more unusual way, and then dive forward and down, humble warrior. Truly learn to relax your neck here. Let your head be heavy. Try to push that left knee open a little bit more by pushing into your left arm. Start to frame your front foot. We're coming back to our three-legged dog. Left leg goes all the way up and back, and we will take our little gecko pose. Your left foot steps to the outer edge of your left hand. Back knee comes down to the floor. You can roll to the outer edge of that left foot so that you are pushing that left knee open a little bit. External hip rotation, and maybe sinking down lower by coming down to your forearms. Keep a nice lift in the chest. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Carefully release, and we will take our flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra. And instead of downward facing dog, we meet back at child's pose. Big toes together, knees as wide as you would like them to be. Let your forehead rest down. Take a few deep breaths here. Slow and steady breath. Inhale. Exhale. Try to melt the heart and the hips down to the floor. Let go of any tension in the legs or in the low back. Steady and slow breath. One more deep breath here. Start to lift back up. Swing your legs forward until you can lower down to the ground. Coming into our reclined pigeon pose. Let's bend our knees. Cross your right feet over to your left knee. Maybe reach through with your arms as you draw that left knee into the belly. Try to relax your shoulders and the head down to the mat. Flexing the right foot is what helps to protect your knee here. So think of curling the toes back towards your shin, making this more a passive stretch. Keep the figure for shape. Just let your left foot come back down to the mat, and then you're going to drop your left leg over to the left until your right foot comes down to the ground. You can use your left hand to push the knee further away. You can extend your right arm out to the side. Your right shoulder stays grounded. This is a great IT band stretch. You should be feeling this in the outer edge of your right hip and maybe down the side of your right leg. Steady and slow breath. Lift your knee back up to center. Reclined pigeon pose on the other side. Flat the foot. Cross your left ankle over to the top of your right knee. Reach through with your arms to draw the right thigh in a little closer to your belly. Right foot to the ground. Let your right thigh drop over to the side until your left foot comes in contact with the floor. You can reach your left arm out to the side. And you can use your right hand to push the left knee further away from the belly. You want your left knee to roughly be pointing straight up towards the sky. If you feel different in both sides, that's perfectly fine. Depending on the tightness in the hips, just keep intending it to move away from your chest. Feel the breath travel all the way down to the hips. We'll lift the legs and uncross. Make your way into Shavasana, our final resting pose. If you would like, you could also choose a seated meditation. Try to sit nice and tall. Take up some space. Just feel the effects of this short, quick practice. Hopefully your hips feel open. And show some gratitude to yourself for taking this quick yoga practice. Breathe all the way down through the low belly and low back. Feel the breath travel all the way down to the hips. This is where I'm going to leave you. I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste. Thank you again, and see you in next video.